Hi guys, I'm back. And as you can see, I have an interesting array of products before me. We're going to do something completely different today, a little fun, just to sort of, take a break from the paint pouring. So I hope you guys aren't too disappointed because no paint pouring today, but I saw I've seen, several channels where they have mixed odd stuff into resin. So I'm going to try my own array of things I found around the house to see if we can mix into resin to create something interesting. So we have just a candy mold that we're going to pour these different samples into, and then once they're dry, we'll pull them out and see what they look like. So we have some makeup. This is, the brand name is Be a Bombshell Cosmetics. It just came from this little store. It's called Five Below, and it's basically mica powder in a palette, but it has a few other ingredients that make it a little stickier than mica powder. So we're gonna see how that works. Then I have some wood shavings. This is from fir, from when I turned. This is from when I turned an ornament on the lathe. And then we've got some pink sugar crystals, some dark green nail polish, sparkly. And then we've got, this is called Liquid Pearls. It's from Ranger. They also do they also carry the line of alcohol inks that I use. This is a dimensional pearlescent paint. So we're going to try that. We've got cream of tartar, which has been sitting in my cabinet for years. It's probably expired by now. Probably by, yeah, expiration date on it is from 2014. So after we do this experiment, we're going to throw it away if it doesn't work real well. Then we got some grape Kool-Aid, which right now it's just sort of this gray color, but hopefully it'll turn purple. Some cocoa powder. And then some crushed up candy cane from Christmas. So I'm going to mix up some resin real quick from Stone Coat Countertops art resin. And then we're going to do some mixing. Okay, so I've gotten everything out of the way, except for our little cups. We're going to do the liquid stuff after I pour the resin in the cup because I don't know how fast this stuff dries. Obviously, nail polish dries pretty quick, so we don't want to have it sitting in the bottom drying out. So I'm just going to add, I don't know, we're going to try the 10% rule here. And just add the resin in, and then we'll stir it up. As a matter of fact, I think we'll just go ahead and stir in. This first one here is the cocoa powder. It seems to be stirring in pretty well. It's a beautiful chocolate color. My gosh. Can I smell the cocoa powder anymore? No, not really. Make sure we scrape the bottom really good and kind of I'm going to kind of mash the stick against the side, make sure we get any of those lumps out from the cocoa powder, because it does have stuff in it that kind of makes it cake a little bit. And this was just the Hershey's cocoa, 100% cocoa, unsweetened. Oh, look at that chocolate color. Oh my gosh. I almost want to eat that. If I didn't know it had resin in it, it looks like ganache or ganache, however you want to pronounce that. So we'll just stir it in really, really well. Oh, that is such a beautiful chocolate color. Oh my gosh. I can't wait to see what this turns out like once it comes out of the mold. We'll have to hide it from the kids if it looks like this because they'll probably try to eat it. Okay. That looks like it's stirred up pretty well. Now for the grape Kool-Aid. I don't really know what color it's going to turn out. So far it's still looking pretty gray. Yeah. Okay, so grape Kool-Aid is gray. How interesting, because when it hits the water, it turns purple, right? those of you who drink Kool-Aid. It does feel a little gritty still, but I'm trying to get all that off the bottom. Because these little cups kind of have a little dent around the edge. It kind of dents down, so I'm trying to get it, all that powder. Probably want to put the powder on the top in this case. But it still feels kind of gritty down there on the bottom. So I don't know what this one's going to do. But I like the gray color. It's completely unexpected. I'm a little unfortunate because I really wanted it to be something colorful, but that's okay. That's okay. Okay, that's all I can. I think that's about it, but it's still feeling a little gritty on the bottom, so I don't know how that's going to look. Okay, let's put some. Let's put some in the cream of tartar. Now, I don't know why this was in my pantry. I've never actually used it. I know you use it for like making an icing, but I've never actually used it, so there we go. Let's see what that's going to do. I don't know. We might need to add a little more in there because it's pretty transparent still. Wow. Interesting. Scrape all that out of the bottom. Yeah, I think we're going to need to add some more because that's actually really still very transparent. So let's just get our little bottle. We'll add a little bit more to it. It's a powder, so it should do just fine. Do like 2 little sticks worth. Okay, let's see what that's going to do for it. It's probably going to thicken it up a little bit. And actually, it didn't do a whole lot as far as like it's still pretty transparent. Interesting. So if you want something super, super white, cream of tartar is not going to work. But if you like this sort of, I don't know, it's just a cloudy, but it's nice. It's still nice. We'll see what it looks like when it dries. If it cures properly. Okay, that's about it for the stirring on that one. I don't see any in the bottom left. Okay, so let's go ahead and do that pearl. Okay, and this is again Liquid Pearls Dimensional Pearlescent Paint from Ranger Inks, or it's just Ranger, I guess. That's really pretty. It comes in a pack of 3 colors. It's got this yellow. It's got this real pretty sort of no, it's like a sky blue in it, and then this sort of peachy pink color. So okay, that looks like about 10% right there, maybe a little more. Okay, let's get a stirrer here. Oh, that is such pretty paint. Oh my gosh, look at that. Wow. I don't think we needed that much paint in there. I think we could have used, oh, that is gorgeous. Look at that. It's like sunshine or lemon drops. Ooh, that is pretty. I hope that cures well. That is gorgeous. Okay, that's all that's going to need. So far we only have one pretty color. Well, we got 2. I like the chocolate. Okay, let's do the nail polish. The green nail polish. And I really don't know how to put this in there. I think we're just going to pour it out. Hopefully that'll work well. And obviously nail polish is not water-based, so this should work, I would think. Okay. Boy, that is pretty. Let's put these out of the way here. That is so pretty. Wow. The glitter is just kind of sitting on top. Oh, it's very transparent. It's just like putting glitter in. I thought it was going to be a little thick, a little darker than that. A little less transparent, but I guess, you know, obviously it's going to depend on the nail polish you use. But I thought that nail polish had a little green in it as well as the glitter, but clearly it was more of like a medium for the glitter. But still, gorgeous. And super easy to stir in, and it also kind of made the resin a little thinner. Alright, let's move these over here before I knock them over. You guys know how bad I am about knocking stuff over, so. Alright, we're going to go ahead and pour the resin in the rest of these. I think the makeup should do well if we can get it to stir in well enough. Candy cane I'm not so sure about, but I guess I don't know if the sugar is gonna upset the resin curing at all. I don't see why it would. It's solid, but because it's kind of like these sugar crystals here are kind of like sand, so. But I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen when they soak in that resin. Okay, so that, like I said, it's like sand. That's good enough for that one. And then the wood shavings here. Wood shavings tend to soak up the resin, so we might need a little more resin in there. Well, it looks kind of cool, though. We shall see what it looks like once we pour it in the mold and let it. Okay, for the makeup. Makeup is basically mica powder plus a bunch of other junk. So it should work really well. And it looks gorgeous so far, so look at that. Make sure we scrape all of it out of the edges and corners. Ooh, that is pretty. Wow. So if you want, I think this is going to work. I think this is going to be one of the really good ones. So if you don't want to spend a lot of money on ordering mica powders, go to your dollar store, because you can always find makeup at the dollar store, and buy just the glittery looking, the shimmery looking stuff, and try it out, because this looks like it's going to work really well. And it's such a pretty color. Okay, candy cane. I have a feeling the candy cane is just going to kind of sink in this one, so hopefully it will all be encapsulated in resin though. Okay, that's good. Alright, so we're going to save the candy cane for like probably the fat shell. I'm going to move these out of my way there. There we go. Okay, so we're going to do some chocolate. Some cocoa powder first. Look at that deep chocolate color. Oh, it is so pretty. And it doesn't look gritty and it doesn't feel gritty. So let's do a chocolate shell. Why not? We'll try not to overfill these, but I want them to be kind of rounded. Because what your resin does is it kind of works its way up the edges of whatever container it's in. I can see my table is definitely not level, but alright, we're going to leave it at that. This is the Kool-Aid. Just do a little firing, get rid of some of the air bubbles. Alright, we're going to do this. It still feels gritty on the bottom, so I'm not sure how that's going to work. We'll do a shell. I don't know what I'm going to do with this leftover resin. We might just take a tile and pour it all over the tile. Okay, hopefully that won't spill over. It's pushing it. Alright, sparkly green. I want to do, I think, one of these long shells with the nail polish green. I think if this comes out well, we might have to do like a, ooh, this is really thick. The nail polish was really thin, but this pearlescent paint is super thick. So we're going to have to be super careful with this one. And it's stringy. None of the other ones are stringy so far. So hopefully, keep your fingers crossed this is going to work. We'll put it into the long shell too, but it's really thick. Well, that's enough, that's enough. I don't want it leaking onto the other. Okay, that one is really thick. Let's go for the, what was this, the cream of tartar that is supposed to be white, but it's not. I'll pour that in there. Make another little shell with it. Okay, that's good. And then this gorgeous, gorgeous blue, which was the makeup. We're gonna put it in a long shell too. And it's nice and thin. It didn't have any effect on making the resin any thicker like the pearlescent dimensional paint did. Let's put another drop in there. There we go. Okay, set that off to the side. Let's do some of the sugar. The pink sugar. Oh my gosh. It's very gritty, of course. Put it in that shell right there because it's kind of fat. So it's a little easier because this sugary stuff is kind of going everywhere. Okay, whoops, that was probably a little too much. Oh well. Hopefully it won't run over. Okay, and as I suspected, the candy cane has sunk in the resin. So there's a layer of resin on top of the candy cane. So I'm sure that's what it's going to do in the mold here. But that's okay. We'll put some down in the shells here. Mix it up really well first to make sure we get that cute candy cane in there. Oops. Okay, that's enough. Let's get that to go down in there. A little bit more, just trying to round it out. Okay, that's good. And let's see, last but not least, we have the wood shavings. So we're going to do that in a little shell, the fat shell, just because this is kind of thick and it's kind of going sideways here. Okay, that should be good. Alright, and because we have some little molds left over, we'll do some, let's do some of this pretty blue because it's just gorgeous. We'll put that in a shell. Okay, so I don't remember if I told you. I've seen this on several channels. So You know, it's not just one channel I've seen this on. Let's mix, since we have a few left over. I'm going to mix some of this, the green here with maybe some of the yellow because it's nice and thick. I don't know, I'm afraid to do that, but we'll see what happens. Maybe it'll make it a little more. That is so sticky. Okay, I probably would not use that again. A little more of that green. Just because we need a little more in there. Oh, everything's getting sticky. Okay, so we're going to mix that around, see what that does. That's pretty, really pretty. I'm not sure that's quite enough for one of these, but we're going to try it. We'll put it into one of these little stars. Let's do the star. Alright, hopefully it will move to the points there. Settle in, come on. Sorry if my head is getting in the way. Okay, there we go. We're going to leave it at that. It's pretty. Oh, let's see. What should we... I need to use the rest of this. So let's mix the blue makeup with the with the last bit of the yellow pearlescent pearl three-dimensional or dimensional paint. It's not three-dimensional, it's just called dimensional. We'll mix those two together plus the rest of the nail polish resin. Mix that in there plus a little more of that yellow because it was just really super pretty. We'll mix more of it in there this time, see if we get maybe a brighter consistency. Okay, I'm just going to pour it in like that without even stirring it anymore. Whoa, slow down. Whoa, that wants to go fast. Kind of pushing it to the edges there. I cannot wait to see how these come out. A little swirl. Okay, I think I'm going to do a shell as well. Just because this one is the prettiest one. Touch more in there. Okay. And then how about, let's do a little bit of the sugar crystal. In the bottom of that star. With the rest of that pearly pretty stuff. Why not, right? And we'll do a hint of the yellow in there as well. Oh, it is so sticky. Oops. Oh, candy cane wants to spill all over the table. Okay. That wants to go over the edge. Oops, 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 oops. Okay, I don't want it to spill into the next door neighbor there. Okay, take off. Did we fill? Oh, we missed one. We've got to fill in that little corner right there and then torch it. And then we wait. We wait. Oh, let's do, how about this gray? Why not? The gray and something else. I don't know what else. Well, let's mix a little bit of that gray into the rest of that blue. There we go. may not look very exciting, but it's pretty. Oops, kind of overfilled a little bit. Okay. Here we go. Let's torch that baby. You can see, I don't know if you can see this, but all the candy canes sunk in that one, and all the sugar crystals sunk in that one. So definitely going to be interesting when it turns out. And that one I think has got a little bit too much in it, so I'm just going to kind of pick some of it up with my fingers out of there in hopes that it will not continue to leak out. There we go. That's a little better. And I did the same thing on the other stars. I see I overfilled them a little too much. So let's see if we can pick some of that up out of there. And out of that one. Whoops. Dragging it across. Okay. This is such a mess. Okay, there we go. Oh, I did it on that one too. Fantastic. Okay, let's see here. Thor, hush, buddy. Shh. Thor. Okay. I think we're going to have to kind of, well, okay, we're going to leave it. Sorry about my head. Wasn't paying attention. Okay. Going to give it one more torch, cover it up, and we will see you when these are cured. I'll probably let them sit for a couple days just because of the cold temperature. It's going to take them a while longer to set probably. All right, we'll be back. Okay, we're back, and it is now about 3 days later. I left them for a couple of days to make sure they were completely cured before I took them out. Oh, it was so hard not to take some of these out. Some of them look kind of boring, and I think they've all cured properly, but I think there's going to be some problems with some of them. So we're going to go through them real quick, just so you guys can see them. First one we're going to do is the Hershey's Cocoa. And that was this shell, I believe. And these are the little candy molds. And if you want to do these, get the candy molds that are shiny on the inside. Because if you get the ones that are not shiny, it doesn't, you're going to get, let me show you. You're going to get sort of a dull effect. These are some that I had done a long while back. Let's see if we can get them close. Okay. You can kind of see how Mr. Dinosaur here is kind of a dull finish. He's pretty because he was made with the color shift paint, but as you can see on the back side, he's shiny because that was, you know, obviously what was sitting upwards. And then on the other side, because the mold is a dull finish on the inside, he is a dull finish, but I kind of like him. So here is the chocolate one, the Hershey's Cocoa, and as you can see, it's nice and shiny. It looks like a piece of chocolate. That's all I can say about that one. And it does not smell like chocolate at all. It just smells like plain old resin. Alright, so Hershey's Cocoa, I would say works super well if you want to have a really dark chocolate brown. The Hershey's Cocoa worked really well. So we'll take that one away. Next one, this was the the Kool-Aid. And it was the grape Kool-Aid, so I was hoping it was going to turn purple, but it did not. It is kind of gray. Not real exciting. it didn't do much of anything, but I mean, it, you know, it dried hard, so I guess it was sort of a success. The little white one here, a little creamy white one. This was the cream of tartar. Let's take the Kool-Aid away. The cream of tartar, it's nice. It's colored all the way through, but it's just sort of a creamy color. But it's kind of cool for the shell because, but it's hard as well. So if you would like this color for some reason, cream of tartar works really well. It did not, there's no grittiness to it. It dried perfect. So, okay, sugar crystals. Now, as I saw immediately once I poured them in there and it started curing, the sugar crystals just sank to the bottom. So if you want complete dispersal through your resin, don't use the sugar crystals. But see if we can get you up close here. You can kind of see, yeah, you can kind of see that line there. That's all sugar crystals down at the bottom, and then clear, mostly clear resin on the top, which is kind of cool. I actually kind of like that. I think it looks pretty. I don't feel any sugar crystals sticking out of the resin, so I don't know. I kind of like that. We might have to try that again get some more sugar crystals, because you can kind of see a pink sort of reflection going through there. And it dried nice and hard. No problems with that. So I'd say sugar crystals were actually kind of a success. Oh, let's go with the makeup next. That one I feel like is probably going to be the best one. And as I suspected, it worked really super well. I think this would make kind of a cool pendant, maybe. Whoops. Trying to focus there. There we go. It worked really well. It's really pretty. Kind of shimmery in there. So go buy some dollar store makeup and just scrape it into your resin. Kind of break it up first. But that worked really super well. Okay, and then let's go with the Ranger Liquid Pearls Dimensional Pearlescent Paint. That's a mouthful. Now when I was mixing this into the resin, it made the resin thicker for some reason. But it still worked well. But it also made it kind of stringy, especially as it started to cure, way faster than any of these. So it's pretty, but I don't know. Would I use it again? Probably not. But having said that, it is really pretty. I don't really see it as looking pearlescent though. But it's very shiny and pretty. So maybe not using, it's a gorgeous color, it really is. So I don't know, it worked well, nice and hard. I would use it again if I wanted that color. It was pretty. Okay, so let's go with the wood shavings. The fir wood. It's dispersed throughout. It stayed, it didn't all sink to the bottom or float to the top. It's actually kind of cool, I think. See if you can kind of, whoops. See if you can kind of see through it a little bit. You can see a little bit through it. It's kind of cool. There you go. I don't know if this is in focus or not, but you can kind of see that. I kind of like that. I like the wood shavings in the resin. So that definitely might be something that I would try again for sure. It dried nice and hard. There's nothing sticking out. Yeah, that works pretty cool. All right. And the nail polish, which I suspected would work pretty well, but it did kind of thin out the resin just a little bit, but it worked perfect. Oh, look at that. That is pretty. Wow, yeah. Completely dispersed throughout. Glittery, pretty, shiny. Yeah, the nail polish worked fantastic. This one did. Very pretty. Okay. And it's nice and hard. There's nothing, it's not sticky or nothing, so that worked fantastic. Last but not least, our candy cane shavings. Or, chopped up candy cane, mushed up candy cane. you can already see, I think, that the candy cane sank. There's the bottom, and there's the side. So you can see that it sank because it was really heavy. But it actually looks really cool. And it dried nice and hard. I don't feel any of this sticking out, which is pretty cool. Alright. Let's just, yeah. So I would say that was a pretty good success. Okay. Okay, so we're going to just go ahead and take these out real quick so the video does not continue to be too terribly long. This one I dumped the sugar crystal resin in, and then just some of the, I think, the blue eyeshadow, and I don't know, maybe some of the glitter and the yellow stuff in there. So, and then this one was the yellow plus, I want to say, the blue or the green. I'm not sure which. Those are really sharp. I'm not sure what to do with those. And this one was some of the blue, I think, the blue eyeshadow with the I think I put some of the Kool-Aid mix in this, so it's kind of neat. It's kind of pretty. Let's see if we can get you a little closer. Kind of see it a little better. Maybe. Not really. No, not really. Alright, well, sorry about that. You can't see that one really well. Okay, and then this one right here looks like, I don't know. It's definitely a mixture of the nail polish and maybe a little bit of that yellow. But it's pretty. It's a little sparkly star. And then just another, this was just the eyeshadow. So it's real pretty. And then this was the eyeshadow and the yellow paint. And I think the green glitter nail polish. So that one worked really well too. Alright, so it looks like they all worked really well, except if you go back, if we look at these. I just did these because I had some left over. The one problem I noticed with the candy is that I think what happened was there was maybe like a little air bubble that got stuck under some candy on the edges here, because I can kind of feel like a little bit of candy. Now, you can fix that by just going through and getting a paintbrush and sort of, you could paint over this, or you could do a spray over this to make it shiny, and you know, that would seal it up real good. But you can kind of see how the candy melted. This is the candy cane plus the sugar crystals. And then this was, unfortunately, nail polish that was really pretty, but for some reason it sort of turned orangey in the resin, more orange than is in the bottle, and very dull, of course, because it's the dull finish. But still, he's cute. It worked well. And this was, interestingly enough, the wood shavings plus the cocoa powder resin. Now, I put the wood shavings in first, and then I put the cocoa powder on top. But then somehow, I guess the cocoa powder resin is heavier than the fir wood shavings, so the cocoa powder kind of sank. So, just a nice chocolate dinosaur. It worked well, though. And then this one is just the different, it was blue eyeshadow, the yellow paint, the sparkly sort of pinkish orange nail polish, and it all worked well. He's kind of pretty. This one was, I want to say, the blue eyeshadow plus, I think, the pinkish orange nail polish. Cute. Worked well. And this one is actually kind of one of my favorites. But yet again, I can feel it's kind of rough right here. I think there's like a dent in there. I think there was an air bubble there. And the, of course it didn't escape. And so I'm going to have to fill that in if I want to keep this little guy. But it was the sugar crystals plus the candy cane plus the cream of tartar. White. So he's kind of cute. I like him. I don't know what we're going to do with all of these. Probably just get some little, I can't remember what they're called, the little eyelets, and screw them in there, and they'd make really cute little Christmas ornaments, I think. So yeah, I think Let me get you where you can see everything. Oops, she's not going to. Okay, there we go. I think our experiment with all the different household items in the resin went really, really well. Way better than I thought it was going to. Let me show you this real quick. This was a tile that I did a really long time ago. It's just been sitting there waiting for a finish. So I had some leftover resin, and you can see the nice mirror finish. It's pretty. This one's ready to go. I would just set it on an easel and or you know, frame it in wood. Maybe it would make a really cool little piece of art. So you can also use it as a trivet because it's like up to 475 degrees, I think, heat resistant. So it has the stone coat art resin on it. So yeah, if you get a chance to buy some of that, it's really awesome stuff. Okay, so experiment with the resin. I think it went really well. It was a lot of fun to mix all these different things into the resin. So some of them worked really super well. Some of them not quite as well, but still we had, I'd say we had quite a few really cool outcomes. So if you guys, you know, think of other things around your house that you'd like for me to try, you know, you can suggest them to me. If I have it around, I'll try it. If not, if it's cheap enough, I can go buy some maybe. But yeah, I think it went well. I hope you guys enjoyed a sort of fun excursion away from the paint pouring for a day. And I want to thank all my subscribers, all my viewers, all my old subscribers, my new subscribers. I love you all. Those of you who have donated to my channel, thank you very much. I really, really, really appreciate it. You all mean the world to me. Thank you for the emails and all the lovely comments and messages. And wherever you're on the planet, I hope you have an awesome afternoon, day, evening, or night. And make sure to visit my website. The link is down below in the description. My formula is down below in the description. Also, my PayPal account, if you'd like to donate to my channel, is down in the description. Email me, of course, with any questions or comments that you have. I love to hear from you guys. I love to see your work. So I haven't seen it in a little while, so send me some pictures of your artwork. I love to see that. And like I said, visit my website. Yeah. All right. See you later. Bye.